you should get?
What? What should we
Clap,
get?
honey. All right, cool.
Nice. I don't know if it got that.
What are we getting, John?
There you go. Cool.
Yeah, we're good.
You should get Audition, Adobe Audition.
Is that a recording software?
Yeah, for podcasts.
Don't have that.
Yeah, you should get it.
I should get it.
Yeah.
I will get it.
Yeah. You know, we were actually thinking of starting our own podcast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
About like our relationship and stuff.
you should do it.
That's cool.
What are your thoughts?
Yes.
Okay, we have a really jank setup today.
Oh.
This day has been really bad. We recorded a podcast yesterday, so if you're watching the food tier list, or listening to it, the food tier list podcast episode, right after that, we discovered that the laptop charger that we've been using, kind of crapped out. So we can't use the laptop anymore until we get a new charger. And recording the very next day, and the screen went blank again. I think it's still recording, so we'll just keep going. Don't mind Eunice here for our video listeners. She just didn't do her thing. Today we have our first guest
In person.
ever.
In person.
In person. Yeah, that's right. Because we had
And-
Michael on.
For the BLM stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Yes.
So, I'm Ryan.
Oh my god. I hate this.
It can't handle all the excitement in the room. Yeah.
I'm Eunice.
I'm Marissa.
I'm John.
And this is the Half Full podcast. First guest in person ever. We have John and Marissa here.
Hey.
We'll get their plugs later, like whatever you want to like shout out and stuff. Why are we here today?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. So we call it John messaged, or he commented on one of our posts and said that he really wanted to be on the podcast because he has like thoughts and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we thought, or I think you came up with the topic actually
Yeah.
of talking about interracial relationships.
Yeah.
First of all, you should explain how we know John and Marissa.
Oh, that's a very good point. So John and I have been pretty much best friends since
2006.
he's one of my best friends. Because Gab, you know.
Yeah.
Can't forget about Gab.
He's
2000
gonna watch this and then throw a fit.
Specifically 2006, though.
Either 2006 or 2007.
I think you need to be in the mic more.
2006 or 2007.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yes.
Yeah. Some would say that's like a married couple already.
Oh gosh. Well, it's like over half our lives by
Yeah,
now,
it's
so we've known
true.
each other for that long.
It's true.
So we met in church because he.
Praise the Lord.
Yep. What did you say?
Praise the Lord.
Lort? Did you say Lort?
Yeah, it's LORDT.
Oh, okay, cool, great.
Because the T stands for the cross.
All right. Anyway,
Okay.
I don't know where to go from that.
I know. I was gonna say, but
Yeah.
you guys weren't fans of each other at first, were you?
Do we need to get into that?
No.
I'm just saying you weren't a fan of each other at first.
We weren't.
No.
You're not going into it.
We're not
We're
gonna
not
go
going
into it. We weren't fans of each other.
We were
first.
teenagers.
But the thing is, we would still hang out and stuff like that, and it was fine. I had Gab first.
Yeah.
Gab was there first, and then you showed up.
Just like a bad rom-com, we developed feelings for each other.
Yep. Exactly.
I ship it.
So it's been a while since we've known each other, and I don't know why he's throwing me off so much. Usually I'm kind of on my game on this, but
It's our first time interviewing.
this is not an interview. We're just having a
No, we're just
casual
chilling. We're
chat.
just
It's
chilling.
fine.
Yeah.
So we've known each other for a while.
Dude.
Pretty much. Well, we always hang out because we were in the music ministry together.
Yeah.
So like we're seeing each other at least once, twice a week, probably, because usually one of us.
Sometimes even like the whole weekend we're hanging out.
Dude, remember that one time? So one time we slept over at Gab's for like 2 weeks during the summer.
Oh,
And by the time
that was rough.
by the last weekend, we hated each other.
That
We were
was rough.
so under each other's skin that we were just so pissed off. We couldn't wait to leave. It was
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that happens. Like it's crazy how that happens, even like with people who you're really close to. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it happens for Marissa. If I've woken up too early and then, you know, she's had to spend like the majority of the day with me.
Ah, great. That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we'll get into that
Yeah.
later, I guess.
It's rare that I have to spend a whole day with you.
See, it's crazy because we've been together for like 5 years and we haven't gotten a chance to experience that yet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great, guys.
Yeah.
It's great.
We've never had like a whole day together.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Like,
24
wake up,
hours.
24 hours sleep,
Yeah.
like all that. No.
Yeah.
I can facilitate that.
Oh, can you?
Let's talk about that right now. There's reasons why. But we won't get into it. That's why we're pretty
Hey,
different. but
if the listeners, if you need a facilitator, hit me up.
sick.
Come again? Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
So-
this is so chaotic.
This is still, I guess, the intro because we were just talking about.
There's no intro anymore.
It's gone. It's completely gone. So if you haven't turned this off by now, the reason why we're here to talk today is because we're going to talk about interracial relationships.
Ooh, I wish I had a soundboard. So I could... Oh, there it
Just
is.
do some air horns or something. Thank you. Why is it a big deal? Why isn't it a big deal?
Okay.
Because some people think it's a big deal, but some people don't think it's a big deal.
Sure.
I'm just saying words because I don't know what I'm talking about. So obviously, because I'm half, my parents are interracial, or they're an interracial couple. It's not that weird. I don't know, because I think since most people aren't like mixed or whatever,
Yeah.
like people think it's like a whole thing, but it's really not. It's not. It's nothing special.
No, I think
But-
one of the main benefits of being a mixed child is you're just cuter than average people.
It's not. I guess I
agree.
fell off that train.
Stop.
Okay. Yeah, people think like I don't know. People think like mixed people tend to be more like attractive or something like that. I don't know where that conception comes from. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But I don't really want to interview my parents. So we got the next best thing.
Oh my
Yeah.
John and Marissa are here because obviously, I mean, if you're on audio, they are an interracial couple.
Yeah,
So-
I'm Filipino.
I'm white.
Yep. I see. That's how I feel too. Because when people ask me for what my half is, right? They're like, yeah, I'm Filipino and white. But they're like, yeah, but what kind of white? And I'm like, I don't know. Because my dad's like, I don't know, 5th generation Canadian. So it's like at that point I'm just white. You know.
Yeah.
Is that the same for you or I don't know?
That's how I feel, because, like, I guess my background would be mostly, like, Irish.
Okay.
But I'm so, I guess, far removed from that we don't really, like...
Like you don't share in any like traditions that
No,
are Irish. or
yeah,
anything,
we don't do any, like, Irish traditions or anything.
You
so
don't
I
down like a
just-
pint of Guinness like every night or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just...
Well, maybe not every night. See,
Maybe not Guinness.
oh, okay. See, I think with me, I think like my roots, I guess, come from like Ireland, Scotland.
Yeah.
So I kind of use that. I talked about this on like the first episode of the podcast, but during the Tumblr days, I don't know if you remember Tumblr.
Here we go.
So I used to put in my description that I was Filipino and Irish. So it was like, ooh, that's such an interesting mix, right? So I would tell. It's only because I wanted girls to like hit me up, and be like, oh, you're like cool Asian mix right there. That's kind of cool. Because if you just put Filipino white, it's like not that enticing.
I guess.
I do like mashed potatoes.
Who
That's
doesn't?
Irish.
Oh, it is really. I didn't know that.
No, I like mashed potatoes too. Yeah.
Love my taters.
John, how do you feel about mashed potatoes?
I think
I
the
swear if he says he doesn't like it.
the secret to a good mashed potato is that making it like you have to make it creamy. You know, you have to make it creamy.
Oh, I heard creepy.
Imagine
Yeah.
mashed.
Ye-
Oh,
Spooky mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
It is close to Halloween.
it is
so-
close to Halloween.
Yeah.
We'll touch on that later.
Oh.
Oh, are we-
Oh, yeah, we will. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, great. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe we should. Do you want to talk about Halloween now?
Let him finish his mashed potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
so what you do,
Oh, yeah.
you bang those bad boys into the pot, right?
Yeah.
You let it boil until the knife goes through, like, with ease.
Yeah.
And if it
Yes.
comes out, like, just, you know,
Uh-huh.
that's what you want.
Are you okay? Are
And
you-
then,
We're getting the recipe for mashed
I
potatoes.
know. I'm excited.
I just want to know how you feel about them.
oh, yeah, they're okay.
Okay, thanks.
No,
John.
I want him to. I want him to finish the recipe.
Do you want?
What do you add to it?
Butter,
Ooh.
vegan butter,
Ooh.
also known as basil,
Is it really?
Vegan basil.
vegan basil.
Or you can get
You know, my mom
balance.
actually. We use that now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom tells me specifically to get vegan basil.
Yeah. it's good for you.
Yeah.
Um,
We don't
And
use
then
butter. Like we
you
Yes,
you bung some toasted garlic on there
Ooh, yeah.
nice
for that garlic,
Sounds good.
and then a little bit of dried onion flakes.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
that sounds good.
that'll do ya.
That sounds great.
That sounds actually really good.
Yeah. So if you need more cooking tips, hit me up.
Okay, that'll be on their podcast when
Yes.
they do their mashed potatoes episode.
Where would we going with
We were
that?
talking about being Irish,
Oh.
or not really being Irish, but
Yeah.
thinking that we're Irish or something like that. So yeah, we're just straight up white, you know. What
Yeah.
I mean?
Pretty much.
Cause like the reason why I feel so passionately about this, and this is kind of like what like the name of our podcast derives from, is because I've always thought like I'm not white enough to be like white, but I'm not Filipino enough to be Filipino. So I've always felt like I'm half and half as opposed to like two things, except half of like one thing. If that makes sense, I don't know.
You don't feel like you belong fully to either or.
The thing is, I always gravitated more towards the Filipino side, which is weird. Like most of my friends were Filipino growing up. Like the church I go to is mostly Filipino. So like I don't interact a lot with like my other side, I guess if you want to say it like that. I don't know.
It's weird for me because growing up here, most of the kids I hung out with were not Filipino.
Yeah.
The only other Filipinos that I hung out with were you and Gab and Joven. And I guess the people who went to our church. But yeah, most of the kids that I gravitated towards, I think, was because I don't know. I was just like mystified by the white people, you know.
Oh, so
Interesting.
so you were just like interested in them or something? It wasn't like a.
Not like in a creepy way where
Okay.
I'm hiding behind a bush or something. But
I get that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I also wanted to broaden my horizons.
Why
Sure,
not?
sure.
Because my mom found out that the Filipino kids in my school were kind of troublemakers, so she's like, you're not hanging out with them." And I was like, "Okay, mommy."
Those are your exact words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that was weird because usually I think my parents, I mean my mom at least, I think she liked that I hung out with more Filipinos and stuff like that. But I don't know.
She probably wanted you to embrace the Filipino side.
Yeah, that gets into like deeper issues that I don't want to bring up here. But yeah, I could totally see that. We're not talking about it.
Okay.
But I guess like that's why I think this is a cool discussion, especially because you guys are like interracial couple, like more of this generation. So but I think it's way more common now. Like it's
Way
not
more
like
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I have two sisters. They're both.
You can come a bit further from the mic.
I have two sisters.
you're good.
They're both dating and or married to like non-Filipinos.
I realized that yesterday because I asked you the question about like how your friends would feel about it, but I'm like, oh, they're already like all your siblings are already in interracial relationships.
So
we're not inter.
We're out here trying to widen the gene pool for the motherland.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
This is the thing too. It's so weird because like, I think if someone were to look at like my parents, like back then, I don't know how like people think now, but it's like such a common thing where at least like Filipino women, it's like, oh, if you score a white guy, like you're set.
No,
Yeah,
that's really it. Because especially back then, when a Filipino woman would come here from like straight from Philippines and here for my job, and then I met a white man, I'm gonna marry this white man, and then their family's gonna be like, all right, you're set for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is sucky, you know,
Yeah.
because that's definitely a thing. It does exist,
It does.
right? So, I don't. obviously I don't think that's like the mindset of my mom. Obviously,
Yeah.
like when she with my dad, but there's like definitely examples of that, and like and honestly, you don't see the opposite. Like you don't usually see, Asian guy, white girl. Not like at least from like my view, I don't see that much.
Really?
That's me though. That's me. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I don't know. Give me some examples.
I don't know. You don't like
No,
see
besides, I know I'm saying it's not common. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying, at least it's more common the other way from what I've seen.
Yeah, there's a weird thing with white dudes being super into Asian girls.
Oh,
Like it turns into like a fetish kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Yeah.
Wait, do you have like a thing for?
Ooh,
Alright, cool.
that's interesting.
Oh, okay.
Alright, cool.
You're just a catch, John. That's all there is to it.
You have to listen to harken back to one of your previous episodes. It's all about exuding the BDE.
Oh yeah, big dick energy. That's
Big
right.
dick energy.
That's right,
That's
dude.
right.
That's a callback to a previous episode. That's
Yeah.
right.
Literally the
Because like I already said this in the previous podcast, but because so often in media, Asians are portrayed as like these like unattractive, nerdy dudes who can't get girls or whatever. But like now there's kind of like more of a resurgence that like Asian men can be just as attractive as anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have style, we have a certain thing about us that like people want,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
We're charming.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. A student in the streets, drift king in the sheets.
Oh.
Shit, that's kind of sick actually. Put that on a shirt.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I don't know where I was going. I was gonna say no. You're not the one who submitted that all Asians are smart, right? For our
No,
stereotypes
no,
thing. Yeah.
no.
No, he submitted tiny peepee.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that one. We did talk about it.
Oh, sorry, my phone just went off.
That's
Let me
okay.
turn that off.
That's fine.
Oh, I'm getting a back cramp from sitting like that.
Maybe
I'm
change
getting
your
old.
position.
Can you hold that, honey?
Should we just get right into maybe like the questions? Because okay, they want. This is the thing. Usually, Eunice and I record this podcast way off the cuff. You know, we're just like, oh yeah, the topic. We'll just see where it goes.
Sometimes we prepare questions. Like sometimes we're prepared. Like we know what we're doing ahead of time.
Sure, but it's like very rough notes.
Yeah.
And it's not even like notes we look back on. It's just
Yeah.
like we just kind of know.
Yeah.
So John wanted to be extremely prepared for this episode. So he asked us to like submit some questions, which we just rushed yesterday evening, and we sent them to him. And now he has his iPad out for our audio listeners, and he's trying to take his notes
Oh
out.
my god! I really hope he reads them. Just like, I came
Like a-
from the Philippines. This is my barangay.
Like a really bad class presentation.
There you go.
Yeah.
These are my notes.
See, this is the thing. So I've done some teaching, and like I can tell like I used to be the bad presenter when I was a kid. Like have my notes here. So the Revolutionary War happened
Right.
there, and then this happened, and then you just point to the thing.
Hey, I have a question for you. What's your favorite revolution?
Dance Dance Revolution.
Ooh, that's a good
Nice.
answer. I'll steal that. That's a good one. Thank you.
Stole my
Obviously the Filipino Revolution.
Hey,
from the-
lapu lapu.
Never heard anyone so excited about lapu lapu before.
Oh my gosh. So
National hero.
we'll get right into the questions, I guess, because John's eager to bust out the notes. He's so prepared. He's more prepared than we've ever been on
Just
any
like,
episode.
Just like ask him naturally though. Don't like straight
Okay,
up
yeah.
read it.
Okay, sure.
No, you're gonna.
So this is about immigration. First of all,
Oh, got it. Why?
This is gonna have to be like
You're
a
not even
two-parter or something.
reading it.
my mom messaged me. It
Oh,
was kinda-
sorry.
When my mom texts me, I thought usually it's like,
Urgent.
why is she texting me? It's not
Oh.
urgent. It's just
Oh, okay.
something I gotta do later.
Yo, shout out to Tito Felia. Fed me many a meals.
Yeah.
Aw.
So have your parents and stuff, Gab parents,
Yeah.
Gab's parents and stuff like that. Yeah.
Aw.
We have broke bread together as a threesome family.
Thank you, John. Anyway, so just because we have you here too, because I was thinking about bringing you on this to talk about this, but because you're here, we can talk about both.
Yeah, dude.
I wanted to ask you about like what immigration was like for you, because you came here when you were around like 10, 11-ish.
11, 12.
11 to 12.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
what grade is that?
7.
7.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it's like it's still it's like late enough that you remember what your life was like in the
Mhm.
Philippines and how it changed when you were here. So you can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's not. I think I was fortunate enough.
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
I was fortunate enough to come here at like a bit of an earlier age
Mhm.
compared to my sisters who were 2 and 4 years older than I am.
Right.
So I think like nothing has like formed up there yet. Nothing was permanent, you know, like developmentally. I think one of the bigger challenges to me, honestly, was the weather. Because we
Ooh,
came
okay,
here
sure.
in the middle of December.
Yeah.
Ooh, tough time.
And
Yeah.
what's the coldest it gets in the Philippines?
Like 13.
15 degrees.
Yeah.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
And here we're talking about like negative temperatures,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I remember one time we came back. I don't know where we were coming from, but it was like a nighttime trip that we went on as like a family.
Mhm.
I came back. I was so miserable from being cold.
Oh,
I was like, oh, I hate it here. Like terrible. Like I remember crying in bed.
Mhm.
And then now I prefer the warmer weather. I mean the colder weather to the warmer.
I see. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I feel like I've sucked up enough sun from the Philippines, right? That it powers me.
So you got like a reserve.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
still
I'm
good.
like
Yeah.
Superman. You
Sure.
just suck in like the yellow sun
Uh huh.
rays.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think another thing with another challenge that I had was the bullying.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah. Because I
Yeah.
was
Hey, yo, John was tiny, dude. Like,
Yeah.
if you compare him, like, we should pull
I
up a
just
picture right
remembered.
here. Like, we were the same age.
Oh,
right?
yeah, dude.
But like, I was significantly bigger than him.
yeah, I was
like,
at like chest height
yeah.
for Ryan.
Like, you look like a little kid. Like,
Yeah,
a
man.
little kid.
You looked like you were still 12 when you were 16.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Aw.
Yeah, yeah.
She likes
So-
reminding me.
So
of
was
that.
it more about the size, or was it, or
I
are there
think
other things too?
a little bit of both, honestly. Like, obviously, I was the new kid.
Yep.
I was bullied by 4 black girls.
Oh,
my
wow.
God.
Yeah.
Vicious.
So,
Yeah.
Rude.
but luckily, my mom went to the school, shut that down.
Ooh,
Nice.
immediate. That's crazy.
Yeah, immediately she was like, "Listen," she went up to my homeroom teacher and she was like, "Listen, if you don't do anything about this, I will."
Aw,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out, mom.
Shout
Yeah.
out to
Because sometimes, man,
Doris.
teachers don't care. Though.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't
Yeah.
care.
They'll let it slide. Because I mean, I went to an all guys school, and like looking back at it now, we got away with so much. Especially because it was an all guys school too. At least and even like back then, because I don't know how much like people get away with now, but it's extremely like homophobic. Like
Oh yeah,
to a like next degree.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because people are so concerned because they're around other dudes all the time that they have to like be macho or be manly or stuff like that. So
I
it's like
see.
if you show like a little bit of femininity, you're called the F word, called gay, all that stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, it sucks.
different time.
different time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, so school is obviously a little bit challenging.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
because well, I always like pretty. I always was pretty proficient.
Proficient.
Yeah, perfect.
Not now, but like.
Not right now.
Not anymore.
Yeah, but like I always was good with English.
Mm-hmm.
Math I struggled with a lot, and
Aw,
so
same.
if you're having to like, because now it's like if you think about your brain as a separate entity from your mouth, there's like a middle ground there, especially if you're ESL, where
Oh.
the translation happens, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're having to learn these concepts about like math and stuff. And don't get me started on French, because
Yeah,
they didn't even put me in ESL, dude. They put me straight into like the normal curriculum.
that's
I
pretty
have a
dumb.
question.
Wait, what's up?
So when you came here, did you know how to speak Ilocano? Like were you
Yes.
fluent? And did you have an accent when you spoke English?
No.
Oh.
Yeah,
No.
the thing is, his accent wasn't really that strong.
Really?
Gab's was way stronger.
Yeah.
When he came here.
I think like that was part of the saving grace for me with
Nice.
school, was that like I was able to communicate when I was having trouble.
Mm-hmm.
but then that was rare because I didn't really care about school, to be honest.
Did you have to take a test before you went to
No.
school? Oh,
No,
really?
they
For
just
grade 7?
Shoved me into grade 7.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So you didn't have to go back a grade.
No.
That's good.
Yeah.
That means you're smart.
That makes sense because we did we graduated at the same time, did all that stuff at the same time. So I kind of lost my train of thought during that. So school.
Did
In
you
terms
have
of-
any issues with immigration?
No.
Okay.
But I guess like for me, just learning about the process of it and everything that your family had to go through and you went through and all of that, like I can't imagine having to go through all of that.
Yeah.
Like I think you told me your mom was gone for like I don't know how many years at a time, but like years.
Oh yeah, that's
Trying
right.
to,
Because she was here before you. That's right.
Yeah.
She was in.
She
Yeah,
was
yeah.
in Hong Kong first.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
she found an employer here, and so I think she went back to the Philippines for like a month or something like that, and then to Canada, and then yeah, I think from ages 4 to 6, no, 4 to 11, I saw my mom like 3 times.
Whoa.
My
Yeah.
heart hurts.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's
My
okay. I
heart
see her all the time now.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're even like, I see you too much. Yeah.
Like there are
But-
so many movies. Sorry,
Oh, no,
there
go
are
ahead.
so many movies on that entire story that John just told us.
Like Filipino movies.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
about
Sick.
immigration.
I love those movies. I mean Filipino movies.
You like making fun of them.
Okay, I mean I have been trying to somewhat seriously learn Tagalog
yeah.
recently. So like I think watching. I mostly just watch like Filipino comedies because like I can't get too serious about these. So like I think it's kind of helping because I need to understand how certain things are said in like certain contexts and stuff like that. It's not. I mean I'm just not even close to proficient in it.
Fluent. Oh,
It'll take years, but you know
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. But yeah, there are a lot of movies with the same storyline.
Yeah.
Like the whole like immigration process and stuff like that for sure. Any big like culture shocks like when you move to Canada? It's like what Canadians do is like weird or like what the heck is that all about?
Are we allowed to swear?
Yeah, whatever.
Swear, whatever. Okay.
Yeah. So I found that kids here didn't have the same amount or like same level of respect and reverence that they have towards their elders in the Philippines.
Definitely not.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah, kids here were just kind of like just little shits.
Honestly, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
And it's not that different. From what I've seen, it's not that different.
Yeah.
Depends on where you're talking about it, but like for most of the time, it's not.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like yeah, kids suck. Like even in the Philippines, like when you're spoken to, like you would have to stand up and stuff, and like if say the teacher asked a question and you would raise your hand and you would be called upon,
Sure.
and then you'd be like okay, and then you would stand up,
Yeah.
do your thing,
Go closer to the mic, sorry.
stand
Yeah,
up, do your
yeah.
thing, then sit back down.
Okay, sure.
I did that one time, and one of the kids were like,
What are you doing?
"What are you doing? You can sit down, you weirdo."
Yeah, because it's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't even respect the teachers, dude. No.
It really depends. Like, I'm so lucky that my placements for teaching, like the kids were actually okay. Like I never really got that much attitude, I want to say, but I think it's because I was a student teacher. Like, I still haven't had like a solo teaching experience yet. I'm kind of scared of that. It's like, how do you even respond to like attitude? Like if they don't care, that's why I couldn't teach like little kids. At least with high schoolers, I can be real with you. It's like, look, you don't want to listen to me. That's your own fault.
Right.
So if bad things happen to you, it's not on me.
Yeah.
It's your choice. You made that, right? But yeah, it's not that different from what I've seen.
Did you treat your teachers great?
Here's the thing.
Oh.
I found when I was in high school and like even in elementary, but more so in high school, if you had a teacher and like the students knew that they could get away with shit with that teacher or certain things would get to that teacher, then you know how like you
yeah.
just continuously bug people, so it was kind of like that. And I remember my math teacher,
No, it's always
I think in like grade 11,
Mm-hmm.
10 or 11, everyone in the school knew she was the teacher to kind of pick on and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was one class where I forget what was happening, but like she started crying.
Dang.
I felt bad for her then, but at the same time, it was like, but you're not really doing anything to help yourself either, right?
I get that. Yeah, I get that. Like, you have to be firm. Like,
Yeah, if you know that you have kids that are going to take advantage of stuff
you
like
gotta do
that, like, you
Mhm.
really have to let them know. But, I mean, there were lots of times, too, like, when I was doing my what we call like a lap year for school.
Okay.
So like I had graduated, but I still wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do and get more credits or whatever.
Sure.
So I went back and I had the same teacher for my 2 classes.
Ooh.
And it got to the point where if I was late, I would end up getting like detentions or suspension. So if I knew I was going to be late for class, I just wouldn't go to school at all that day.
Okay.
So like stuff like that. I mean, it didn't really affect my graduating or
No,
anything
no,
at least, but
Yeah.
like I felt like I always say this, my high school at least, it really taught you how to kind of BS your way through everything and not really like how to apply yourself.
Right.
I get that.
And there were certain teachers that I had where you could tell they actually really enjoyed teaching, and I feel like those were the ones I learned a lot
For sure.
from
Yeah.
and like actually appreciated and wanted to go to class for. And then there were the other teachers where you're just like, this is a joke, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
Like
It's I mean, you have the teachers who are like here's a textbook. You know, just read these pages in class and then answer the questions, and then if you're done, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I totally get that. It's like totally uninspired. I mean, I think until recently, there used to be like a really high amount of like nepotism when it comes to like hiring teachers and stuff like that. But I think they changed the policy now where it's like people are gonna solely go on merit. Let's see how that works out. But usually it's all about like who you know and stuff like that. Like if you know people who are in school boards already, like you can get things like that. And I haven't heard an interview since I graduated.
Ouch.
So there's that. But yeah, I totally get that. But for John, like
Hey,
in
what's
terms
up?
of like the that transition, like in terms of that experience you had in class, where like you were waiting to be told to sit down or whatever. Like, is the way the schools run in the Philippines and the way the schools are run here, are they different just because like cultural reasons, like, or like where does that come from? Like,
I think here definitely it's more advanced to begin with.
sure.
Yeah.
It is. And I don't know how different it is now, but they were allowed to hit us.
Oh, when you were going to school.
Yeah. Yeah, they
see
were
that's
It might have changed.
it's the fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We
They were
don't
allowed
have.
to
There's
hit
no
us.
fear here because you can't get hit.
There was one time I got hit by like a bamboo stick.
Oh
no.
shoot,
On the arm?
that hurts.
Oh, it does.
Dang.
But like it was a pretty wide one, and it hit me right on the elbow.
Oh no.
And like I remember not being able to move my elbow like properly for a few days after that.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's like, and your parents see obviously you're struggling. Like,
Yeah.
what did your dad say? Like, was he just like,
He's
you
like-
probably deserved it or
Yeah,
something?
you're totally acting out. Because again, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he probably went through the same thing when he was. In
Oh,
school,
yeah.
right?
Probably
Probably
worse.
Probably
Yeah.
worse.
Because
yeah.
different times, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's getting. I don't know if. Do you think that's still a thing in the Philippines now?
Oh, I don't know, but
Maybe.
should
I have
be.
no
It's
idea.
possible.
Should be. Because if I had to go through it, they should.
Yep, exactly. Let's not make anything better for the next
No.
generation. They have to suffer like we did.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
if that
I totally agree.
That's how you build grit.
if that happened here, they would probably be sued.
Immediately,
yeah.
you'd
Yeah.
get sued for just like touching a kid. You
Oh,
know what I
well,
mean?
that's
Like-
different.
No, I mean just like not in a gross way,
Yeah.
but like I've seen things where like you're not even like they keep telling us like don't even physically engage with them at all. Like don't even like pat them on the shoulder, like good job or something like don't even do anything because like
Yeah,
people are
I
so
feel like
on edge.
everything nowadays gets,
Yeah.
you know, taken to a whole nother
For sure.
level.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
I don't know about you guys, but when I was younger, I would get like spanked or whatever if I was being bad.
Mhm.
But like now, people see that as being like just
cruel.
straight up like
Yeah.
child abuse.
Yeah. I think there's a line.
Yeah.
Right? I think like one smack when you're really like, I think that's okay, like, and to a certain extent, obviously.
2 smacks
but
if you're playful.
yeah.
Ooh.
Right.
Learning so
Hopefully-
much on.
Hopefully not with
Yeah,
children.
freaking weirdo.
Because that definitely is not okay.
Oh gosh, someone's gonna bust down the door and it's
Oh,
like,
dude, someone in my high school, there were 2 separate incidents
Mhm.
of. There was one where he was legitimately having sexual relations with the girls.
jeez.
And
Like a teacher?
yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
and the other one, I'm not naming names, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But the other one, he was caught for having like being in possession of child porn, I think.
Whoa,
I had a
That's
teacher
bad.
that was caught for something like that too, but I think I don't remember exactly. It was a teacher that I had in high school, but I think a lot of people thought that he was actually like same thing, having relations with students, but it was just that he was caught
Yikes.
with like porn on his computer.
Yikes.
I don't know that it
dude.
was child porn, but I think a lot of people were like speculating that.
Yeah.
And I mean, you
Here's the
shouldn't
thing,
have
keep it-
that on a.
Keep it on your personal machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so true. Why would you keep it on the school and
Yeah.
you weirdo?
So wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my
'Cause I think
god.
if I was to get like a permanent teaching job, I'd have separate everything.
Oh, yeah.
Like I would
Yeah.
never use the same my personal computer for school. Like I would
Yeah.
leave it at school because I'd be like,
Sure.
that's for school. I got my home one at home. Not even gonna cross paths or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see how school would be like because it's like part of your everyday life when you're younger. So
Mhm.
obviously that's gonna be the biggest transition thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's anything else about like your immigration that you want to talk about or.
Don't do it. No, I think I'm truly blessed to be where I am right now
Mhm.
because of the sacrifice that my mom and dad
Mhm.
had to make. But yeah, I remember when I was first told, I had my friends back in the Philippines, and I was gutted, just absolutely
yeah.
devastated.
Of course.
I was like, this is it. I'm never gonna make friends again. Like,
Aw.
this is the end of my life. Like, what kind of place even is named
Canada.
Canada?
What is that?
Yeah.
What is a Canada?
Does Canada sound like anything in Tagalog or Ilocano?
Canada.
You say it that like that?
Yeah, but aside from that, like, I think I'm one of the lucky ones I'm
No.
one of the ones
Yeah.
that made it through like the whole immigration process
Mm-hmm.
pretty much intact. Because there are kids who they come here and they're immediately disillusioned and stuff, and
Yeah.
they just sort of lose their way.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Grading him now?
No. I wanted to move
Teacher,
on so
yeah.
we had time to talk about like the interracial couple
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
Oh,
we-
yeah,
we
yeah,
haven't-
yeah.
We
We're
haven't
talking
actually
about
we haven't even gotten into that
I
yet.
know.
I don't even. I'm not trying to like read my questions stuff like that. That first one's really dumb. That's dumb. All my questions suck. Didn't really.
They answered that already.
No, I don't know if I got a definite answer. We mentioned this before, but like parents like initial reaction. Like, what were they
Yes.
like? Normal,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah. There wasn't like any like opposition or anything.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were mostly like, ooh, dating somebody. eh?"
Oh, wow. just the fact that you were dating someone.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
oh,
nice.
finally.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, mine pretty much don't care.
Nice.
Like their main concern obviously is how the person I'm with is treating me.
Aw.
That's good.
How is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll take that. Yeah.
Um,
Passing grade.
But I
Mhm.
think too, like we were kind of talking about this earlier, that it's more common for like non-white families or parents or POC parents to
Mhm.
be more concerned with wanting someone to date within the same.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, they want to.
I think it's
They want to keep it pure.
of course, yeah. Because
Yeah.
we mentioned this in an earlier podcast. Because we were talking about we watch Gilmore Girls like
Oh,
pretty
here we go.
pretty frequently, and there's a character on Gilmore Girls Lane, who's the Korean girl, her mom is like super adamant about her dating a Korean guy, and some people think it's like she's like a kind of an overblown stereotype. But I'm like, you know what? That's not far off.
Yeah.
Right? Because especially with Filipinos, like they'll always ask if if my girlfriend's Filipino. Like,
did you get that, Sean? Like when you said, "I have a girlfriend," were your parents like Filipino?
No.
Okay.
yeah,
No,
or like anyone else you knew. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I think
Man, I had a thought just now, but we'll come back to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So that's good. I mean, I'm glad that your parents' reactions were actually
Yeah.
good because often like it is a thing where they're gonna question it,
Yeah.
which is like
Oh,
sucky. But.
yeah. So my thoughts just come back to me now.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, there like you hate to say it, but there is like inherent racism in the Filipino culture.
Oh,
100%.
so much
Yeah.
within their
Yeah.
own.
Within their own,
Because like
Yeah,
the whole
you
skin
told me.
like skin thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like people who are darker skin like are seen as lesser than
Yeah.
the ones with lighter
Mhm.
skin. Yeah.
Yeah, I was always made fun of because my beautiful chocolate complexion.
I mean, yeah. You're from where in the Philippines? You're from
Where,
like,
Ryan?
Well, he's Ilocano.
He's Ilocano, so you're from the north.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And which are like my mom's also from there, like the northern part of the Philippines. So they
Yeah.
tend to be like darker, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Because I was talking about your complexion and
He's
stuff like
waiting
that.
for you
Yeah.
to actually guess where he's from.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh yeah, me neither.
Okay, great.
Oh,
But yeah, so like, did you want to add something to like the whole Filipinos are inherently like there's some racism?
Yeah,
there?
there's like, some people when
Sorry, Marissa, can you point the mic?
yeah,
Thank you.
some people when they see people, I mean like, Filipino people, and this is just like, not obviously not at anybody we know, but I've experienced the thing where, they look at, like say a black person, like they come across a black person,
Yeah.
and they're immediately like turned off by it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with our friend Michael,
Mhm.
like he's half black, half Filipino,
Mhm.
but you would never think that.
No,
if
he
you-
looks like
yeah.
full black. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so if you were just hanging out with his mom, some people would probably be like,
Why?
"Why is this
Weirded
black,
out?
Yeah, why is this black man
Like following this
yeah
poor helpless
Yeah.
Asian lady like
Yeah.
walk around or something. Yeah. I'm just saying maybe.
No, like
Yeah,
it's,
right.
it's true.
Yeah.
And with the whole like skin tone thing, like they're so obsessed with the idea of having light skin and being better
Yeah.
than the
Yeah.
darker skinned people.
Aren't
that-
there like procedures that people can
yeah,
take?
yeah. There's like pills and stuff. There's like peels, where like chemical peels
Ah,
and stuff. They do it-
chemical peels.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
they
That
do that
sounds
to
pain-
babies
That
as
sounds
well.
painful. The heck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's an like the Aboriginal population in the Philippines.
Right.
that are-
Ifugao.
Yeah,
Wow, how do you
No,
know that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Where
Because
they're-
I went to like a thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
where they're like darker skinned and
Uh-huh.
like have like nappy hair and stuff.
Oh, that's different.
Oh, that's ET.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ifugao is like different. but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah, yeah, and they're seen as like lesser people, and it sucks
Yeah.
just because like they have a different culture than the rest of the mainstream population.
Because you can even look at like Filipino pop culture and like the people who are like in the movies and on the TV shows and stuff like that. They're super like light.
Yeah,
It's really weird compared to like how most Filipinos look. Like, not to say being light or dark doesn't matter. It like
No.
it shouldn't matter. Like it's just that's how it is, which sucks.
yeah.
Yeah. Speaking on that, we'll just transition to that because you found that out from John about the whole skin thing, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else about Filipino culture that shocked you? Some things that are like, oh, that's cool, or anything like that.
I think one of the things for me was just like hearing stories that he's told me from when he was younger and being in the Philippines and like not that you would get away with more, but it was almost like you had more freedom to just do whatever. Like he told me about how he drove a motorcycle
Oh,
He
and
was like
yeah.
super young.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
learned about gambling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like not that like stuff like that is not done here because like kids learn how to ride dirt bikes and
Yeah.
stuff like that on
Sure.
like farms, but it's obviously not.
It's more
The
controlled.
same, yeah.
Yeah.
And like he told me about like the walk they would have to do to get to his grandma's place, and just like
Well, it
I
wasn't
don't
a
know.
walk, but it was in like the jeeps, but it would still be like we'd have to cross over rivers and stuff.
Yeah.
And like that here is just unheard of.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
yeah, if you would have to make a trip from say the west end of the GTA to the east end, someone would cry about it. They would be like, "No,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that."
True.
Yeah. And then you think about people who have to make treks like up hills and like over rivers and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's just very different.
And like one of the big ones that I like talking to you about or would love to learn more about is like all the mythical or mythological kind of
Ooh.
The creatures.
creatures
Yeah.
and like how
Aw.
superstitious
So
they are in the
They're
Philippines.
so, it's so funny because like you're superstitious, but a lot of them are like really religious at the same
Yeah, it's
time.
weird.
Yeah.
It's like a weird
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I had my crucifix right here, but I'll also put a bowl of rice out for the dead person that just died in my family so they can
Yeah.
come eat it at
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that about?
Yeah. So I don't know, like that stuff interests me.
hmm
And like some of the creatures that he's told me about, I'm like, why is this something that you guys?
Like if you're not aware of it, dear viewer, look up Capre. Kapre.
Okay.
Look up what that is.
Gosh, I don't think I know what that is.
Oh, you don't know what that is? Okay,
Nah,
we'll let
I
you
don't
know
know.
right now. It's this like tall, dark creature man that's usually smoking a cigar. That is also very well endowed. So much so that they use their appendage as like a belt.
Wow.
I've sort of heard about this.
Yeah.
Weird.
It is
Yeah.
weird.
That's so creative, though.
Yeah.
That's like,
Definitely
you know what I mean? They could take these designs and put them in like a horror game or something like that. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Or like the half man, half horse and stuff like that.
oh.
But it's like the opposite of a
Yeah.
centaur,
Oh, it's not-
right?
oh, so
it's
it's-
like the centaur head.
So it's
Oh
horse,
my
horse, horse here and then male
No,
bottom.
like human body,
Ah.
horse head.
Oh, that's weird.
That is weird.
Now I just think of those guys who wear the horse masks.
that's
That's
what
all
I
I
was
can.
thinking
That's all I
about,
can think
yeah.
of.
That's what I
Oh.
was envisioning in my head.
Yeah. I didn't have this written down, but I was gonna bring it out because it's about like culture and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. Filipino food. How much have you tried? What do you like? What do you not like?
I unfortunately don't think I've tried
John,
a
how dare
whole
you.
lot.
Ah.
It's not because of him.
Okay.
It's
Okay, okay.
because
I know.
I'm a vegan or plant-based
Oh my god,
diet.
that's so true. And that's not gonna
Dude,
work with
everything-
Filipino food.
Yeah.
That's
It's
not
meat
gonna.
based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is meat based.
Yeah,
Or that, or like there's fish sauce in it, or like some sort of egg.
there's something.
There's
Yeah.
something.
And I
that-
think
yeah.
I think it mostly comes down to like in the Philippines, it's like ease of access to like
Mhm.
those kinds of ingredients,
Definitely.
obviously, right? Because like yeah.
But your mom has made like a vegan or veggie version of pancit, which
Yeah.
is really really good.
Nice.
Love
That's
it.
staple, of
Yeah,
course.
they
Yeah.
they love it. They
And
love it. Her and her family.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
love it.
Oh.
Nice.
The kare kare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
It's good.
Love that.
Not
too.
S tier for me, not S tier, but it's good.
Get
Get
It's
out
good.
of this conversation.
I don't know what else have we had. I'm sure there's
trying to-
been more than that.
I'm trying to think of what else
Yeah.
you could spin to make it vegan. Could you make like vegan
Pull up
lumpia?
your tier list.
Like
yeah,
not
you could.
right?
you
You
can.
could do that. Yeah.
It's just like I can't be faffed to be like rolling this stuff.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot.
One
Of
day,
work.
Yeah.
one
One
day
day.
I'll make it.
Oh, sick.
Next time you come
Yeah.
over.
Okay, now I'm gonna bring this up too, just because like we're talking about food now, and I
Yeah.
wanted your opinion on this.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about lechon?
Here's the
Good
thing.
question.
I think I'm over it.
It's
Alright.
over. It's
What the?
oh, someone's banging that bass, dude. The whole
Yeah.
like thing shook. That's crazy. Like, it's
Are we
overrated.
still recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's overrated.
Oh, I'm over it. I'm so over it.
Oh, thank
is
you.
It's
it's-
like roasted pig, you know, with
Yeah.
like the crackly skin.
Imagine like
mean,
at
you
a
don't
party
know.
and you just have
Yeah.
a whole pig on
Yeah.
the table that's been roasted, and it's just
where they do like
Yeah.
The
Over-
rotisserie.
yeah.
thing.
pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
you don't
yeah.
see that part
Mhm.
usually because they just have it ready, but like, it's
Yeah.
pretty much that, and it's like, for me, the people love it. right? And it's like
Oh,
a
they
thing
go
that.
ape for it, dude.
But what I'm saying, right?
usually
Isn't
only
it
for
true?
skin.
They go for the skin bits, and then
Yeah.
no one else touches it after.
Yeah.
It's dumb, and it's a
It's-
waste of money. It costs so much.
But
Not
what
worth
you
it.
what you make with that is a stew called lechon kawali. That's what you do.
Oh,
With
see,
the-
we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, with
Ah.
the what is it called? The brown sauce.
The mang
Mang
tomas.
Tomas?
There it is.
Dude, I love that.
Yeah.
Dude, we don't have that here, so whenever I go to Gab's and he has it, I'm like, oh
Ah,
my
yeah,
gosh,
it's-
dude.
it's blessed.
So good, yeah.
Yeah, but see, that's yeah, and I've actually been learning like traditional Filipino cooking, but
Nice.
I'm trying to adapt it so it's like more plant based friendly.
Yeah.
Nice, of
Perfect.
course.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's cool, that's cool.
So like introduce a bit more of the culture to her and like
Mhm.
vice versa.
Yeah.
Here's a bit of a culture shock, but like later on in my life when we
Sure.
first started dating,
Uh-huh.
she brought me over to this they called the fire.
The fire.
The fire. They
Alright.
literally that's how she introduced it to me.
Okay.
She said, "Hey, on Family Day, would you like to come to the fire?"
This is, I don't know if this is like this is more like
A family thing?
small town,
Oh.
Small
Ah,
town.
the small
Like they
town
call it-
country
vibes.
people
Ah.
thing, I think,
Yeah,
'cause
rather than,
we're all city folk here.
Yeah,
Except for
so-
Marissa.
I'm sure it's like a white people small town.
But like, she's like the fire, and I asked her what it entailed.
Sounds culty or something.
Oh, Ryan,
Say it like that.
I was
Welcome to the
afraid.
fire.
I was afraid.
So here's your black robe. You might
Well,
wanna
this
put
was like the first time you met that whole side of my
Yeah.
family
Oh,
too.
wow.
So it was a
Oh,
lot.
nice.
It was a
Whoa.
lot at once.
So what they do in the middle of February, they go out into the field.
This is at my uncle's farm, by the way. It's
Oh.
not
Okay.
just some random fields.
all right.
Yeah, so they go out into the field, far away from the house, so you can't pee anywhere, instead of the woods.
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, you can take the snowmobile back to the house.
Ooh, that's
That's how you get out there.
snowmobile.
You
That's cool.
snowmobile out.
Yeah, you have to snowmobile for a while.
But
Cool,
it's just
okay.
easier to go in the woods.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So there'd be a big fire, and there would be drinking,
Mm-hmm.
there would be food,
Mm-hmm.
there would be drinking,
All good things.
Okay, yeah.
food.
Nice.
Drinking?
Yeah.
Boy, I've never seen like a medium group of people drink so much alcohol.
Dang.
Yeah, that's my dad's side of the family. And-
Ireland part.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that.
Yeah.
That's, see?
There is a lot of drinking that goes on that side.
Okay, cool.
Almost
Cool.
every family get together. It usually there's a spider.
Whoa.
Oh, just guide it down. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go, little
Ryan's
buddy.
gonna sleep tonight.
No, that's.
Um,
I'm cool with spiders.
Oh,
to be
alright.
honest.
Yeah,
I'm
so
fine with it.
usually my grandpa starts with like Caesars, which he makes are very
Oh.
strong, and
Yeah.
then there's a lot of
Why do white people like Caesars so much? My dad loves Caesars.
I
It's
don't
insane.
know. I love Caesars too.
Wow.
You can make vegan ones.
Yeah, I think it's just I don't know
But-
why. I love tomatoes, but tomato juice throws me off. I don't know why.
Tomato juice and vodka.
I
Hmm.
I like with gin because gin is my drink of choice.
Ah,
Me
But
too,
Okay.
but I'm a roast gin kind of guy.
you're a rosé kind of
I
guy.
Dang.
That's true.
I can't say much. 'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just a thing that we've started doing on Family Day weekend. It's a nice time to like get together with
That's so
family,
cool,
but
though.
and then usually at the end everyone goes back to the house to have like a proper meal and stuff. But when we're out there, they do like fries and
Fries and
deep
chicken
fried
wings.
chicken and
Ooh.
stuff.
Yeah,
So there's a fire though.
There is
Yeah.
a fire.
Okay.
Dude,
Yeah.
That was like
when
supposed to
I
be-
say huge fire,
Yeah.
it's like the width of this. Like
Whoa.
this
Nice.
little thing we have here,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's
Is it
roaring.
like a pit or is it like
It's a
a big?
pit.
Oh, cool, cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's roaring.
That's sick.
We've done it
cool.
twice now. Well, together.
Uh huh.
Mhm.
Keep going. Keep going.
We've done it twice now.
Mhm.
But now I look forward to it every year. But
Nice.
I don't know if it's happening this year because.
Oh
or next
yeah,
year,
you know we're
because
in weird times
the
right now.
pandemic.
We shall see.
No, that's cool though. That's something like
Yeah.
you shared and stuff like that.
But it reminds me of like the whole sharing aspect of like Filipino gatherings. You know?
Yeah.
Like, or even when we go to like restaurants and stuff, it's like family style.
Exactly.
You know, you
yeah.
get like one dish, one dish,
Yeah.
and
Or
then
it's-
a big bowl of rice.
Yeah. You would never get like served a plate of food.
Yeah.
Like, here you go. It's like, where's like the buffet that
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
go
yeah,
in and
yeah,
take
yeah.
whatever I want. You know.
It reminded me of that aspect of it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Is there anything? Do you think being like an interracial couple, like, do you think there's certain qualities of it that like things like that enhances your relationship like at all, or do you think it's like it's pretty normal? Because like I would say with John, like he's extremely well adjusted. Well, you've been here for a while,
Yeah.
so it's like I don't know. Sometimes you're like whiter than me, dude. Sometimes like.
Yeah, some would say I am whitewashed.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
And it's not like, here's the thing.
Oh, here we go.
I have like a type, but not so much like racially. It's just like how you think and like how you act. And
Of course,
stuff, and, like,
yeah.
If
Kind
you-
of matches up. To
yeah,
your
if you're
type.
Marissa.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
First of all, though, she slid into my DMs.
Oh.
After you bugged me endlessly
Ooh.
Oh.
and days.
I don't know about all that.
It all started with Mix at work being thrown at me.
Oh my
What
god.
the heck? That's like a schoolboy's way of getting someone's attention. Like just bother them and make them
Well,
upset.
I think you were trying to throw it at the
Somebody
person
else,
I was
yeah.
working with,
Oh.
but you hit me, and
That's-
that was like the first time that we even really talked
I'm
to each
dead.
other.
That's hilarious.
No,
See?
no. One of the first interactions we had was you were playing music.
I thought that was after that
Was it?
moment. Yeah.
Okay,
But
yeah, you were playing music, and I said, "Hey, this." Like, I went up to her because it was really cool, and I remember it was a remix of "Higher Love" by Phil Collins,
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
but it's some woman. I don't know.
Some women.
It's a lady.
I was like, "Hey, this is really cool. Like, I like it. Good on ya."
Ooh.
And she thought I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
I mean, if you know John, then as you guys probably
honestly,
know,
sometimes I cannot tell when
You
you're
know
being
what? Yeah,
serious,
she has a point. Yeah.
and it gets me so upset. 'Cause it's like,
Please.
so like, I mean, now obviously I know what you're like, but then I was like, are you just saying that, or do you actually mean it?
yeah.
I meant it.
Yeah, I know. I know that now.
Now-
I
now you
think-
know.
Yeah. There are two things that we have to do now.
What?
For our first dance, it has to be "Higher Love" by Phil Collins.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is that the song?
Yeah,
Oh.
Nice.
and
do we have a song?
the other thing that we have to do
find
is
one.
get engaged. So I'm just waiting for you. Now.
Ooh.
But I'm waiting for you.
Yeah,
Oh.
so it's a
Are
waiting
you
game.
expecting a proposal from her?
Absolutely. I am.
Ah.
I heard
See?
this conversation.
Yeah.
You weren't
E-
here.
Equal rights.
Yeah,
You know
equal
what I'm saying?
rights,
Equal
right?
rights, dude.
Right?
Why can't you propose to me? I don't get it. Why does a man gotta do it all the time?
Yeah,
Why,
it's
can't-
2020.
why does a man gotta do all the work?
What's a man?
I'm totally joking. Am I?
Dead.
I'm joking.
I mean,
Wait, all right.
going off of what Eunice was saying, yeah. Who asked who out? I slid into the DMs. I made that first move, so
What?
The who's like said, do you want to go out? Like who was like the
Yeah.
ask outer?
You texted me to. No, you slid into my DMs to tell me to text you.
yeah.
It was a whole thing.
All right.
I said specifically, as you have recently brought up, text me, you fool.
That's funny.
yeah.
So, I mean, I think I'm kind of glad that you guys are here because I think when we're thinking of these questions, it's like, it's because it's leading to this idea. It's like, oh, interracial couple, so interesting, so different, and stuff like that. But I feel like now because it's so normalized, it's like we don't really have to think too hard about it,
Sure.
and like I can appreciate that because it's like, at least it's not something that we have to think is so, whoa, that's so
Mhm.
cool and interesting.
There are times when I forget that like the whole race difference thing is you know,
even a thing.
yeah.
Sure.
Which is
So,
a good thing.
yeah, sometimes I just think that like we're a great couple.
Yeah.
A gray
Aw.
couple.
Yeah, like we're just both the same. Like I'm not Filipino, you're not white.
Oh,
we're
I heard
just
great.
I heard great as well.
Oh, we're
So
also a
great.
great couple. Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
couple. Ah.
Yeah.
Ah,
So it just kind of
great.
blends. It's not like
Yeah.
one or the other.
Like
Sure.
sometimes I forget I'm Filipino.
Yep.
But
I
not
mean-
in the same way where I'm like, ooh, I hate my culture.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
more so like, oh right, like we're of different race and stuff, and like,
Uh-huh. Yeah, 'cause-
sometimes I forget that, and then I see your beautiful skin, and I go,
Dang. Yeah, because I think because we're both Filipino, and the way I see it sometimes, it's like, it's cool that we can relate to like a lot of the same things.
Mhm.
But I think that's fine too, because like, with you guys, since like you can't really relate to the same things culturally, it's just you get more chance to like learn about each other, which I think is cool as well.
Yeah.
So
There's nothing wrong with learning about another culture.
no.
Yeah.
I think it even just like expands like your horizon a little bit too.
Yeah.
And you would think I'd be like that, but being a mixed child, but not really. Yeah.
yeah. One of my notes, I don't know if I've mentioned it before or after we started recording, but one of my notes is, we have to date people to widen the gene pool for the glory of the motherland.
Why not?
Is that like a quote from someone? Because it was like
No.
a very specific.
No, it's
That's just-
it's
wait.
a quote from me.
For the glory.
For the glory. of
It
the
sounds like
motherland.
dialogue from Game of Thrones or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the Filipino tribe gotta freaking like stay within their bounds or whatever.
Oh my god.
I'm just-
All I know is Ryan, Eunice, we're gonna have cute ass babies.
honestly, I mean,
you will though.
this is what you're getting,
We're gonna have cute ass babies.
right? Honestly, though,
I'm
honestly,
excited
yeah.
for their babies.
The one thing I'm so mad about, I inherited a lot of like Filipino genes because I have dark eyes and stuff like that. So I wish I had my dad's eyes, and my dad has like green eyes. So it looks sick if I had like
Yeah.
thing. Plus my dad's hair like changed throughout his life. So was born blonde, went red, went orange, and then back to blonde or something. The same thing with you?
Well, I know quite a few people who were born with like blonde or red hair, and then it would change
Weird.
after.
That's so
yeah.
crazy.
Hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, my hair when I was younger, I would say was much lighter than it is now, but I've also gone through like many stages of dyeing my hair.
Ah, I see.
So
Sure.
I don't know. It's like back to more my natural color now, but I'm sure there's still
Yeah.
residual.
I heard something
True.
like that.
Yeah.
Where like people with naturally blonde hair, their hair changes over time. I think it's because of the sun. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it that your hair gets lighter with the sun?
I think so.
Yeah, the sun can lighten your hair for
Yeah.
sure.
Like it bleaches it.
I don't know, I wear hats like all the time when I'm outside, and I think.
Oh, dude, I spent so much time fixing my hair today,
And you wore a hat.
and I wore a hat.
Sick. Nice.
Yeah, I feel like you shaved your head.
No, I
But
didn't.
It's just
You're
like
just not-
the
No, it's
sides
just
like.
like
Oh,
ah,
okay.
okay.
I
Yeah.
see.
Because I'm
Oh.
preparing it for the winter. I don't want to have to faff around every morning with it
Of
when it's
course.
like, you know, freezing outside.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
True.
I need to get a haircut too.
Nah, that's fine.
Ah, it's too long. It's getting like mullety stuff like that. I haven't gotten one in months. Like throughout the pandemic, I've only gotten it once, and I was like at the halfway point, I think. So now it's like
yeah.
it's back to whatever. Yeah. So hopefully, I don't know. Like if your kids do have like the mixed genes, like hopefully like it's a bit of the other.
Yeah,
Because I
it's
think
equal.
with me, majority of people just think I'm straight up Asian
Yeah.
and don't see the white at all.
No, sometimes, especially in the summer, with your lighter hair,
Ah.
I go, oh, that's my white boy.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
You know what
Yeah.
it's like. Well, you know what it's like growing up with a bunch of Filipinos and they know that you're half white. You're the white guy.
Yeah, you're the white
Like
guy.
even though you're like, hey, I'm Filipino too, dude. It's like, nah, you're just straight up white. Like your sister all the time, Karen.
Yeah.
She's calling you whitey all the time when you're younger. Okay, white boy.
Yeah,
Whatever. Yeah.
Slightly
straight up.
derogatory
Yeah.
in hindsight.
And I didn't really mind it that much, but I think it was kind of cool because since I hung out with a lot of Filipinos, I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit different
Yeah.
or whatever. But they would just use it as like a thing
I'm
to be like,
special.
yeah. But it's just now I'm kind of like the standout. But no one in school ever thought like I was mixed because they thought since I was like with the other Filipino kids, I'm just another Filipino kid.
Oh, there was a thing for a while where I would get people to guess my nationality, and I would give them the wrong nationality on purpose.
Oh my god.
That's
you would
hilarious.
tell people you were Hawaiian a
Yeah.
lot, and
Yeah.
they would believe them.
You look Hawaiian.
Yeah.
You could be Hawaiian.
Because I'm
though.
like,
But-
I got stocky legs.
Yeah, but there's a lot of like
I'm
similarities.
thick, dog.
There's a lot of similarities with like Hawaiians and Filipinos.
yeah.
Isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so. You remember what? I remember one time Gab tried to convince one of our what do you call a person at the restaurant who sits you down?
Oh, the
She's like
waitress?
no,
Hostess?
hostess.
Yeah.
Because not the wait. Yeah.
the maitre d'.
Yeah. Because okay, so John, Gab, and I used to go to Pickle Barrel almost once a week when we were younger, and
Steaks every Friday.
Oh my god.
Gab would always try to like hit on the hostess.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hi, my name is Angelo," or something like that.
Angela.
Because that's his.
Yeah,
that's like
yeah, yeah.
That's
so-
funny.
And then he would say like, "Oh," she's like, "Oh, where are you from?" And he's like, one time I heard him say like, "Yeah, I'm Hawaiian" or something like that.
Yo,
That's
surfs
funny.
up, dog.
Ew.
We should have Gab. We should have Gab on
Did
one
it ever
time.
work?
No.
I don't think it's not like he managed to pull a number from the chick from the
Sad.
minute that she walks us to our table.
Hey,
You know what I mean?
Sometimes if he's good enough.
Yeah, if you have enough of the BDE.
Gab has always had beat.
Yeah. Yes.
Like he was way more confident than we were because sometimes like us three when we go to the mall as a group, like he's like straight up like, "Yo, girls there, let's go hit on them," and I'm there like, "Yeah, go ahead," and I don't even want to look at it. Like I'm so cringed out that I can't even look at him talk to someone else. I will turn away and not even like pay any mind to that.
Yeah, that's like the one thing I truly admire about Gab, is if he sets his mind, if he sets his mind to something, he just goes full tilt
Oh yeah,
the whole way through.
even if it doesn't turn out
No,
well.
because then what's the worst thing that can happen? They say no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not afraid of like rejection like that.
Yeah, I know.
I think when I was younger, I was so scared of it. I was like, nope, I ain't dealing with that.
Yeah, I wish
Yeah.
I had that confidence.
Yeah, he has a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
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 I mean, anything else you guys wanted to add? I think we're close to wrapping it up. but-
Yeah.
yeah.
How is it like? I know you said you're closer to being Filipino,
Uh-huh.
than you are to being white.
Sure.
But in terms of the relationship, do you think that comes up often?
In terms of us two
Yeah.
and the relationship, I don't think so.
No, I don't.
I don't think it's ever been like it never brought up any issues or like been anything. I mean, initially, do you want to explain why I was like your ideal type? Let's say.
Glee.
Why? What do you mean?
No, I mean when we were first going out, you're like, because you're mixed, so that's like one of the traits of like my
That's like
ideal.
on my list.
Yeah, she has like I guess she has like
You had a
you know you have like
checklist?
you know you have checklists sometimes like
Yeah.
for your perfect person, I guess,
Okay,
like something like
but
that.
I have a type. Like
Yeah.
for all the people I've dated, they've been like half something or like a
Oh.
third something.
See that?
Oh.
See that?
Eunice
Told
has a
you.
type.
And then Ryan just happens to be like half white, half Filipino, and I was like, okay,
That works out.
that
Yeah.
works.
It's a mix.
Yeah.
It's like she's like I won't date anyone who's not mixed. But no, like the whole no, I don't think me being a part white. I think honestly it helped my case. Cuz like she's obviously into the mixed guys, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I'd say so. I feel like since you're half white, my side would be like, oh, does Ryan like this? Does Ryan like that in terms of food?
True. Cuz like since
They think that white people have a certain palate and they can't like handle Filipino food.
that's a very common thing though. I
Yeah.
think that's totally true though. Sometimes I think it's totally true. Like I can imagine my dad's side of the family like trying something like I don't know, like peanut butter or something like that. They'd
Oh,
probably
wait,
be
right.
like
Oh,
Yeah.
Chris too.
yeah, they'd be
essentially?
like
Yeah.
they'd be
Yeah.
like what the heck? It doesn't look that great,
Yeah.
but it's pretty
Really
good.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe they're not as adventurous, I guess. But I don't know. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you see me more as like, more than anything, just a Toronto man who drives a
Toronto.
scary way.
Yes.
Yeah.
You-
Nice.
You think he drives scary?
Sometimes, yeah.
Ah.
Really?
In the city, it's either cut off or be cut off.
I
know?
get that.
Yeah, cut or be cut. Yeah, I think there's a certain mindset when you come in. Like, we've been staying out in the country for a while
Mhm.
since the pandemic, and like we've been able to, I don't know, I guess forget some of the aspects of city living, and one of them is the driving part.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big part.
And so every time we come and visit, she's like, "Oh, I forget how much your driving scares me. When we're in the city."
Yes, because sometimes you don't get a lot of opportunities to do what you want, so you
Yeah.
gotta take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
get
and
that.
then you always are like, why didn't you go? Like, I'm not gonna just freaking floor it in front of a car that's like 2 feet away.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, we're gonna wrap up in a bit, but I just wanted to see anything you guys want to plug. Where can we find you on the interwebs? What are you working on?
You can find us on a multitude of things. We have
Plug it all.
all right. We have a gaming channel
Yeah.
called Nuggets of Gaming
Yes.
on YouTube.
We'll make sure we leave links and stuff like
Yes. I have a art/design/photography Instagram,
Nice.
Aster Designs.
Noise.
Aster.design.
Aster
There you go.
Designs
On the IGs.
on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Marissa has her Instagram.
My personal one, or
that. Or whatever you
well,
want to throw out there. You don't have to. But
I
yeah.
do have one that I'm hoping I'll be starting soon. That will be linked to like a YouTube and everything, but there's nothing on it right now. It's just basically Sailor Mars, but the A's are V's.
Yeah.
Oh, movers. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's that. If you want to follow it, you will be there for when stuff actually gets posted to it.
Nice. Awesome. And that's everything.
Yeah. Thanks for
Alright.
having us.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
thanks
this was
for coming.
it was kind of jank. I'm gonna do my best to edit the audio so that it just evens out.
Yeah. We'll
Um,
see what happens.
Thank you for dealing with this. If you're listening to this or if you're watching this, thank you for the support. Remember, if you 1,000 likes on the tier list video, we will try Balut on camera.
Oh yeah.
That's a thing.
Actually.
That's how desperate I am.
He started.
Anyway, thank you.
It's not gonna
That's not gonna happen.
Oh, wow.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not.
I got a few hundred friends that would,
It's not
would beg to differ.
gonna happen. Anyway, John and Marissa, thank you so much for dropping in and doing this with us.
Yeah.
We appreciate
absolutely.
it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We're very excited to come and do this.
Thank you.
We'll have you back. We'll probably have you react to a Filipino movie or something.
Yeah, we want to do like movie episodes. So like we'll just like watch this and then we'll just talk about it or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know John has
That would be
opinions.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't have opinions. I have thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thoughts.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for listening or watching. We are on Spotify now, so you can listen to us on Spotify. We're also on YouTube if you want to watch
Yep.
us talk, because people like doing that as
Yeah.
well. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter.
Mhm.
I think we have a Facebook page now.
But it's nah.
Just
It's nothing right
check
now.
it out.
Don't.
Don't
If
check
it's-
it out.
If it's in the links, just go click.
Exactly.
If it's not, leave it be.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.